So Toro, a company which I can assume is based in Germany due to their website ending in .de, offered to send me 2 of their WarThunder branded tanks. I don't know about you, but I haven't owned an RC toy since I was 12, so me being the 20-something man that I am, I leapt at the chance to dick around with RC tanks. Basically, Toro has partnered with Gaijin to make 4 WarThunder branded tanks. There's the Sherman, T-34, Panzer IV and Tiger. I asked if I can review the T-34 and Tiger. With each tank also comes a WarThunder code for the equivalent vehicle in game. Well, kind of. The T-34-85 comes with a T-34-1941 and the Tiger has a code for a chonky Panzer IV. There's also 20 days of premium included with each vehicle, and I'll be announcing a giveaway for the 2 codes that I have later in the video, so stay tuned for that. These RC tanks are 99% completed out of the box, but they have a few extras you can pop on if you want. For example, this machine gun or this commander guy. When it comes to quality, I don't really have a benchmark for what is good and what is bad when it comes to RC vehicles. What I can say is that I rather do like the details on the Tiger. It looks very neat with its little tools, cables, and its Zimmerit coating. What I find adorable is the suspension on each tank. The T-34 with its more basic Christie suspension, and the Tiger with its overly complicated interlocking wheels. The tracks are made up of individual links which you can take apart if you want. I had to take the Tiger tracks off to get them back on the running gear when they slipped off when off-roading. These tanks are not waterproof or dustproof, so if you do take them outside, that's at your discretion. It was nice seeing them scurrying around in the open. They can do a bit of off-roading. I haven't tried them on dirt or sand surfaces yet, and I kind of don't want to. It may be a pain in the ass if they get very dirty or permanently damaged if dirt or sand gets inside the hull. You can see they handle alright on grass that's a little overdue a trim, though they're not really built for it. I would advise if you drive them outside, remove the accessories, barring that of the little plastic figures, because if you lose the plastic figures you'll probably find them again. Everything else is a bit more small and fiddly. The extras, while good for display, are not so secure for the off-roading, and I made the mistake with the T-34 turning it upside down to switch it on, and I lost the antenna in some grass. It's only for aesthetics, so it's not a big deal, and it was my stupid fault for doing that anyway. One thing that I was interested to try out was the battle system. Each tank has an IR emitter in the cannon and an IR detector on the roof. Near the detector there's an LED that indicates how much HP your tank has. This also is indicated on the controller too. The IR combat system is compatible with the other Toro Forces of Valor vehicles. They've balanced each tank so they can compete against each other. The Tiger is the slowest, but has the hardest hitting cannon, while the T-34 is faster, but does less damage. At least that's what the manual says. I did a drag race with the T-34 and Tiger, and they both arrived at the finish line at the same time. In a controlled duel between both tanks, they both took 6 shots to kill each other, which is a bit odd, unless maybe I'm missing something or doing something wrong. Anyway, whenever the tank registers damage, it does a little wiggle to indicate it's been hit. I also didn't realise because I tested them outdoors, but there's also a red light in the tank that flashes when it registers a hit. When the tank loses all of its HP, it can no longer fire and the tank switches off. Top tip, batteries. You're gonna need some. 10 AA batteries in total, 6 for the tank and 4 for the controller. You can use a rechargeable battery pack for the tank, but me not knowing anything about RC stuff, I stuck to some Durocells. The hatch for the batteries on the tank is toolless, but for the controller, you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver. The tank turrets don't rotate a full 360 degrees, but it goes most of the way back on either side. What is an odd choice is the gun elevation. You can't make it go up or down on will. It's more like you run the mechanism until it cycles into the position that you want. Sound. Not something that I thought we would be discussing when I planned on making a video about RC tanks. Each tank has its own unique sounds. Engine startup, movement, turret rotation, cannon, machine gun, and engine shutdown. How accurate are they to the real deal? I'm not quite sure, but they sound how I would expect them to sound. I've walked next to Tiger 131 when it's moving on 3 separate occasions now, so that'll make me a connoisseur of Tiger sounds. These RC tanks, they sound exactly what I expect them to sound like. they're a toy at the end of the day, and they're adorable little toys. The volume on the tanks can be adjusted from off to just about audible, all the way up to Poland being invaded. The tanks have variable speeds and rotation based on how far you push the analog sticks on the controllers. Neutral steering, while unrealistic for some of the tanks, is a nice welcome addition. Forward headlamps can also be toggled on or off. The final rundown for these two tanks is that I rather like them. I may have some German bias for the Tiger, as I prefer it slightly more than the T-34. The way I see it is that these tanks are adorable die-casts that also happen to have the ability to move. The battle system is a nice touch, but only useful if you have a friend that also has a tank too. If you like WarThunder, the code for the premium vehicle and the in-game premium time is basically a cashback, taking €30 off the asking price. All discretion, I was sent these two tanks for free. If you're interested, there's a link to Toro's site down below. Any purchases made for that link will give a kickback to me. Time for the giveaway. I have two codes, one for the T-34 and one for the Panzer IV. For the T-34, keep an eye on my Twitter approximately 24 hours after this video goes live. For the Panzer IV code, look out on my Discord 48 hours after this video goes live. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.
Like, comment and subscribe, or I'll break your f***ing legs.